So we need to construct the in-center, or we need to construct the angle bisectors of this right triangle. Okay, so we're going to do that first. All right, so remember our steps from yesterday. The first thing you're going to need to do is to mark these points, the vertices of your triangle, and that just makes it easier for us to locate those points. Okay. All right, and whenever you're doing these, just make sure it has been slid all the way over closest to the middle part. Okay. Now that little circle there, you're going to place it on the point and put your finger down and hold it down. Put your pencil in this one closest to your finger and swivel it back and forth. Okay. All right, now where the circle intersects the two sides, make you two more points. Okay. And take that middle point again and put it on this point. And make your circle. Don't let it move. Okay. And then over here, hold it. Okay. Now where they intersect that, which is right there, you're going to put a point, and then you're going to use your ruler and line up this point with the point at the angle and draw your angle bisector. Okay. Then that means that these two angles here are congruent to each other. All right. And then you can go ahead and erase these so that way it's not that confusing. Okay. And now we're going to do it at another angle. Okay, so I like to bring that angle closest to me. So if I'm working with this angle, I like to turn my paper so it's close. Using the same settings, put that right there on the center. Put your finger on it. Put your pencil in there. Okay. And then where it intersects the sides is where you want to put your points. And then you're going to do the same thing. So first from this side. And then do it again from this side, from this point right here. Okay. Where they intersect, and I'm pretty sure my point moved. So let me do that again just to be sure. Yeah, right there it is. Okay, so there's my point where they intersect. Okay. And I just take my ruler and line it up with those 2 points, my vertex and my point I just made, and then I draw the angle bisector. Okay, and that means that this angle here is congruent to this angle. Okay. Again, I'm going to erase these arcs that I made, just so it's not so messy. Okay, and now we need to do the third angle. Okay, you put it there on the point. Draw your arc. Okay, the 2 points of intersection, you want to plot your points. Okay, and draw your arc here. And draw your arc here. Okay, put your point. And draw your line. Okay. And so that means that these two are congruent. Okay, and then you want to erase your 3 arcs. All right, now where they meet at is the in-center. So this point right here where they all intersect, that's the in-center. Okay, And if you were to measure from the end center to each side, and you would need to make sure it's perpendicular to that side. So for instance, from here to here, that is a little over 1 centimeter, about 1.1 centimeters. Okay, and then do the same over here. Again, that's about 1.1 centimeters. And if you do over here, that's also 1.1 centimeters. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so all three of those are 1.1 centimeters. Okay. All right, so now it says measure the length from the point of concurrency to each side of the triangle. We did that. What do you notice? Well, I noticed from yesterday that all three of these were the same, and today all three of those were the same. So when you measure, so the length from the end center to the sides of a triangle are the same distance. Or they are the same. The length's going to be the same. Okay. So from the end center to the sides is the same length. And then with the circumcenter, it means from the circumcenter to the angles are the same length. Okay. All right. So going back to our problem from yesterday. All right, so they are wanting to build a storm shelter, and it needs to be the same distance to the high school, Southwest, and Central. So if you were to connect those three locations, you would get a triangle. And so what you need to figure out is, would you need to construct the circumcenter or the end center to find a location that is equidistant, the same distance to both all three, the high school, Southwest, and Central. So what you need to think about is, are we comparing the sides of the triangles where it needs to be the same length to the sides, or does it need to be the same length to the angles? Okay, so does the high school, Southwest, and Central represent the sides of the triangle, or does it represent the angles of the triangle? All right, so hopefully you said it represented the angles of the triangle. So now you just got to think, which one's the same distance to the angles? Would it be the circumcenter or the end center? And looking back at my notes, it says on the front page, the circumcenter to the angles will be the same distance. So from the circumcenter to each angle is the same. So I would be using the circumcenter. So you would be able to go tell the admin office that you can show them how to find a location that is equidistant to the high school, the Southwest, and Central by finding the circumcenter, and you know how to locate or how to construct the circumcenter, how to find it by constructing the perpendicular bisectors. All right, awesome. So now we're all architects. All right, you have a second set of notes that you need to complete. When you're finished with those notes, you'll put them in your table of contents. And I believe this set of notes was page 35, but make sure of that. And it's 8.2 notes, bisectors, and triangles.